What do Keenan Allen and Kevin Durant have in common? What about Tom Brady and Chris Paul? Travis Kelce, Joel Embiid, or even Josh Allen and LeBron James? Yeah, they're all professional athletes at the top of their game, but more importantly, they all have skills that translate from one sport to the other. Welcome to Pan Am Football. I'm Max Dean, and you can find me on Twitter at Pan Am Football. Today, I'm going to be talking about building an NFL passing offense as a basketball team. Now, this is an idea that I've borrowed from Daniel Jeremiah in his podcast Move the Sticks. I don't know if he came up with it, but I definitely heard it there first. And his idea is you build your receiver core like you build a basketball team, players of different sizes and skill sets. And I'm kind of extrapolating that into an entire NFL passing offense. So I'm going to look at my 4 favorite passing offenses to watch from 2020, and I'm going to look at how their offenses are constructed with different kinds of skill players. So let's jump right in, and let me know if you like the video. Let me know if you like a video with this kind of concept. And of course, I want to thank the Patreon subscribers because they get to vote based on the second tier for what video I do every week. So I'm going to give a shout out to Scotty from Jacksonville as my first Patreon subscriber, and let's jump right into it. So we're going to use a little clip from our friend Daniel Jones as an example, but before we do that, let's take a look at which of the 4 passing offenses we'll be working with today. For those of you who don't already know, the 5 basketball positions are also referred to by the numbers 1 through 5. Point guard is 1, shooting guard is 2, small forward is 3, power forward is 4, and center is 5. Keeping that in mind as I introduce our offenses 1 through 5, you'll have an idea of how the players equate to the basketball positions. These are 4 of my favorite passing attacks to watch from 2020. So without further ado, Tampa Bay, Brady, Brown, Godwin, Evans, and Gronkowski. Los Angeles Chargers, Herbert, Eckler, Allen, Williams, Henry. Kansas City, Mahomes, Hill, Hardman, Watkins, Kelce. And Buffalo, Allen, Beasley, Davis, Diggs, Knox. Now back to our buddy Daniel Jones. You're about to see a play-action pass unfold, and I'm going to show you how I look at the 6 places that you can attack the defense. Now these numbers aren't related to the defense, it's just easier to explain it that way. 1. Flats, which can be attacked with things like screens or wheel routes. 2. Intermediate sidelines, which can be attacked without breaking routes or comebacks, etc. 3. Deep sidelines, which can be attacked with go routes or fades. 4. Short center field, which can be attacked by shallow crossers or with quick slants. 5. Intermediate center field, which you could hit with slants or in breaking routes. And 6. Deep center field, which you can try to break open with posts or seam routes. Now let's take a look at a basketball half court. I believe we can take these exact same concepts and translate them to a basketball court, except that they become slightly inverted. 1 is the elbow, 2 is the short corner, 3 is the corner/wing, 4 is the high post, 5 is the paint low post, and 6 is the point. In basketball, the spacing is much smaller, but the goal is not so different. Using coordinated movements, you have to move through the defenders to get the ball from point A to point B. Okay, let's get back to football now, and as we transition to our 4 offenses, you tell me that this doesn't look like a crisp 3 from the point. Now the fun stuff. We're going to look at posting up to attack the paint with Joel Embiid. He's going to put his back to the defender, use his size to catch the ball in the paint, toss it in the bucket. Easy. Post up, turn around, get your point. Here we have Travis Kelce on the right doing the exact same thing. Post up, score a point. It's simple. It looks exactly the same. You can see him on the right here. We'll watch it again. Full turn the body, post up, score a point, right? All right, here we have him in another place, split out wide to the right. Same thing though. Cut towards the center, post up, catch the ball. Shield the defender with your back. I like to have 2 shots of the post ups because you can see the full back turn. So easy. This is a huge part of the Chiefs offense. Now we're going to have Hunter Henry coming off the left. Same thing. Post up, catch the ball. Let's call this an and one. Yeah, post up, score a point, and then get the extra free throw on top. Why not, right? Here's the same thing again. Full body turn, post up. There you go. Use your size. Love it. All right, next up we're going to use our power forward, Sammy Watkins, coming off the right side, but we're going to do the exact same thing. Turn, post up, turn again, score your point. Now we're going to look at Hunter Henry one more time coming off the left, and he's going to post up while still in motion. There you go. I'm going to let you see it one more time because I want you to see what he does here, and then I'm going to compare it. So on the left side, he continues his forward momentum while still posting up fully to protect the ball. Now we're going to see Dawson Knox, and this is no shade at Buffalo, but just not doing quite as good of a job. He doesn't fully turn his body, doesn't protect the ball, ends up being a fumble or an interception or whatever you call it. Look, here he is on the right, he runs up, doesn't turn fully, doesn't protect the ball, and it's a turnover. All right, next we're going to look at cutting to the high post with Chris Paul. He's going to dish the ball after he gets it in just a moment to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on a quick cut, takes it to the hoop. There you go. That's a smaller shooting guard style player. Now we're going to see the same thing here with Tom Brady. Antonio Brown cuts across the field on a crossing route, turns it up. There you go. We're going to see it one more time from a different angle. Here he comes from the right. Quick cut, turn it upfield, get your basket. Now let's see it one more time, but from a different player and a slightly deeper cut. That's Chris Godwin right there. Let's watch it one more time from the back view. He's coming right here off the right. There's his cut, and then you get your basket. Now we're going to see one more from Brown on another crossing route. This basic concept is a huge part of the Bucks passing offense. Now we're going to see it one more time with Chris Paul, but this version is just going to be with a bigger bodied player using size to their advantage. Okay, and we're going to see the same thing with the Buccaneers again, but this time it's Mike Evans coming off the left side. So he's cutting inwards towards the center of the field, but using his body to shield the ball. We're going to look at the short corner and getting big. So we come back to Joel Embiid, except he's going to use his frequent post-up ability to lure the player out of the way and then get big. Okay, now we're going to see the same thing from Travis Kelce. He comes across from the left, and now he's going to act as if he's going to post up. The linebackers are worried about the inside of the field, and he just goes outside and uses his size to catch the ball in the back of the end zone. Watch again. All of the linebackers right here are watching the inside because of what he normally does. Cuts it outside, and it's easy to get the ball up top to him. We're going to see the same exact thing from Gronk right here. There you go. All size right there. Coming off the right, drifts towards the center, then out. No one's going to be able to defend a guy that big in the back of the end zone. Now we have two more ways to attack the short corner. First is pulling up. Here's Paul George. Drive, pull up, quick jumper. See it again right here. Drive, pull up, quick jumper. Now with the football version of the same attack, Stephon Diggs on the right side. He's going to stop, drift back a little bit, get the ball, and turn it upfield. Same thing, but on the left side, it's Diggs again. He's going to go, and then he's going to break outwards. That's a beautiful pass. Okay, we can see it again just because I like watching it so much. Break out, pinpoint outside. Next, we have our complementary move, which is driving from the short corner. And we're going to have Paul George driving towards the basket. You have to be able to do this effectively to carry the defender up to the basket to give you space for your pull-up jumper in other situations. So here we're going to have Stephon Diggs coming from the left. Here he goes, but instead of breaking out, breaks in. Okay, so that's the complementary move in that area of the field. You have to threaten to break outwards to leave space inwards and vice versa. Here, let's call this one an and one again, yeah? Now we're going to take a look at the elbow and isolation basketball. In iso basketball, you get your player the ball and he does all the work. Kevin Durant is the king of isolation basketball. He just uses his skills to basically say, everyone else get out of the way, and I'm going to take a high percentage shot all by myself. Same thing in football. We have Keenan Allen here, and there are a few ways you can do it. Basically, screen pass is one, just like a quick screen. There you go. That's 10 yards, and it's so easy just because he can make a play. Same thing on the other side of the field, just using size and talent. Now we can see with a smaller basketball player than Kevin Durant, we have James Harden. Same thing, he's isoing up, just doing everything himself, but different style of player. We're going to see the same thing with Antonio Brown with the screen for the Bucks here. Just like James Harden, you get the ball into Antonio Brown's hands, and he's going to go make a play for you. Let's see it one more time from another angle. It's too easy for Tom Brady. Get the ball, get rid of the ball, let Antonio Brown go make a play. We're going to see a couple different plays that do the same thing. Here we have Cole Beasley, a different kind of screen moving outside instead of in. Still the same basic idea. And here we have Austin Eckler basically running a jet motion, but again, it's exactly the same concept. It's just getting there in a different way. That's a really nice job at Eckler. Here we have Dawson Knox, same thing. There's just a little leak by the tight end out to the flat. Same exact thing. All you're doing is just getting these players just out into space. And this one was nice because they didn't see it coming, and so there was no one there to stop him. Now we're going to move outside to the point or wing with some three-point shooting, and who else would we look at but Steph Curry, the master of the three-point shot. It's all about accuracy, precision, and distance. Now we have Scotty Miller. I know he's not one of our main five, but we'll call him the sixth man. This is Tom Brady dialing up just an incredibly accurate pass. It's a beautiful thing. Now, obviously, the difference in football versus basketball is that you need another person to basically catch your three-point shot, and so you need a receiver who can effectively do that, but it's the same idea. Here we have another one we have Josh Allen to Gabriel Davis. Just so precise. I love it. It's just, I want to watch this one more time. Who knew Josh Allen would be so accurate someday? All right, now we have the just insane, ridiculous three-point shot. Of course, Steph Curry, and who else but Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek Hill. Watch Mahomes, he's going to run right. He's going to jump with no platform, fling the ball down the field, and it's perfect. This is unreal. Let's just watch it one more time, just for your and my viewing pleasure. How does he do that? He just jumps and flicks it, and there it is. All right, now we're going to look at the wing and point again, but creating space. Now, basically, here we have Steph Curry running essentially what's kind of like you'll see here, a pick and roll more or less, and then a pass, then another pass, just creating space. And so here's another version with Luka Doncic. There you go. And when you have a quarterback who can move and throw on the run, you can do those kinds of things. Now, this is to Mecole Hardman. Did you even see what happened? You can barely see. It's so quick and so confusing, right? He's moving to the right, creates a space. There. How does he do that? Well, that is something that elite quarterbacks can do on the run. Here we have Mike Williams, and the same thing's going to happen. He's kind of posting up a little bit, and then Justin Herbert creates the space for himself. We're going to see it here again. He rolls to the right, space, boom. Now, one of the most fun things to watch in basketball is the alley-oop, and mossing is one of the most fun things to watch in football. So, same basic idea. We're going to have one of the most physical players in basketball. Giannis slams it down. All right? Now we get to watch one of the most physically imposing wide receivers in football, Mike Evans, go up, whoop, get it. Just uses his size, 6'5". You can watch it from another angle. You couldn't stop that even with tighter coverage. All right, we're going to see Evans one more time in the big game. This is the NFC Championship game. Going to the left corner. Whoop, there you go. Same thing. This is what a big player at the wide receiver position can do for you. Whoop, that's it. Now we're going to see Mike Williams, another Mike who's really good at this type of contested catch. So physical. This was a big game for him too, actually. He had a monster game. All right. Justin Herbert throws it outside, double coverage, goes up and gets it. You can do it with smaller players too if they're athletic enough. Here's Durant to Russell Westbrook. Super fun to watch. Now this is one of my favorite plays that Austin Eckler made last year. Crosses the formation, runs what's kind of like a wheel route, goes up and gets it. Eckler's a total beast. He's 5'8" or so. He's coming across to your right, goes up. That's such a nice job. All right, now this is what I like to call soul crushing. And essentially, that is when your point guard, aka LeBron James, can do everything and is also so big and physical and unstoppable that he can just drive. Okay? The same idea is basically true for a quarterback who can just make it right by running. Yeah, he can throw the ball with accuracy, with power, he can read the field, he can distribute, he can throw it deep, or he can just run when you don't account for him. Here's another play, same thing. That is soul-crushing as a defense. You do everything right, and then he just gets the yardage anyway. Here's Patrick Mahomes doing the same thing, making it look even easier. Quick feet, and First down and then some. Didn't even have to throw the ball. Now, here's Herbert. He's the newest guy who can do the exact same thing. Make you wrong. I love watching this guy. So, if you made it all the way through the video, my basic takeaway is this. You want to find players who can attack all 6 parts of the defensive backfield. And you want to try and find players who can do it through a number of different tactics, either isolating, getting big, pulling up, driving, 3-point shooting, mossing, posting up, cutting, or, my favorite, soul crushing. Essentially, you want to build your passing offense with players who can do all of those types of things. Now, not every player is going to be able to do all of them. In fact, most won't. But if you want to find enough players that have the ability to do some of those things such that all of them are taken care of, there you go. Soul crushing is going to be the hardest one to find. A quarterback who can effectively pass and run to the level of guys like Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and Patrick Mahomes, that's tough, but it is what it is. Remember, I'm Max Dean. You can find me on Twitter at PanAmFootball. Throw me a like and a subscribe if you like the video, and we'll be doing much more content just like this soon. So, if you want to be able to vote on the videos that I do every week, you can join the Patreon. I want to thank Scotty from Jacksonville again, my first Patreon subscriber. Cheers. And this is my new thing, so